to my wrist like you gorgeous. You gorgeous. 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 You gorgeous. You gorgeous. 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 You gorgeous. You gorgeous.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a video on domestic violence. A lot of us go through it, a lot of us still going through it, and a lot of us went through it. And I know a lot of people be too ashamed to say, because I know I was. Like, I was afraid, I was ashamed to tell my friends, my family, because I'm thinking in my head like, damn girl, you letting this dude really put his hands on? Just don't get into it. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I went through it for maybe like 3-4 years before I actually left. So I'm going to just tell y'all a little bit about it, you know. Okay, so it first started with like verbally, like calling me B words, H words, all that. And that's never okay. Ladies, if you're watching this and you're going through domestic violence, that's never okay for a man to call you out your name. That's never okay. He wouldn't want nobody to call his mama out their name, so that's never okay. But okay, so I'm gonna get into the little physical. I'm gonna be like, kind of like, just go from part to part, because I don't want to be too long, but I want y'all to get the message. Okay, so boom. It started with, the name calling and stuff. So maybe like a year in a relationship, after he was calling me names and all that type of stuff, it started getting physical. One day he went, and I think he went to maybe like the casino, and he kind of lost all his money, but he was gone till maybe like 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm calling his phone like, where you at? Like, where you at? Like, what the heck? Where you at? It's 5 in the morning. Where are you at? So he come through the door, and we get to arguing. He like, yeah, B-word, it's your fault I lost all my money. So where your debit card at? You finna replace my money that I lost. I'm sorry, I said that loud. I meant lost. And I'm like, no, I'm not finna replace nothing. Like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Be serious. Like, be freaking for real. Like, no, I'm not replacing nothing. So he grabbed a broom, and he had slapped me with the broom, like across my head. And I had a little bruise on my face. So I'm like, what the, like, you just hit me. Like, get out. You gotta go. No, get out my house. I'm not gonna tolerate that. You're not supposed to put your hands on me. Like, growing up, I watched people around me get abused, and I was always that kid. Like, ain't nobody finna put their hands on me. I ain't finna go through that. Then boom, I went through it. Anyway, so he hit me with the broom. Boom, I had a bruise. I'm like, get out, get out, whatever. So he left. After he hit me with the broom, he came back maybe like 11 a.m. the next day. Well, it was the same day because it was 5 a.m. 11 a.m. and he had a bunch of gifts. And he like, I'm sorry, I never hit you again, and all this and the third. So then, me being me, I took him back. I took him back. So I'm like, okay, he's sorry, whatever. Mind you, I didn't tell nobody about that time he had hit me. I'm like, okay, whatever. He said he's sorry. So maybe we was good for maybe like a week or two. Then he was like, when he take lean, he used to make him so angry. So one day he took lean, and he was just like, I was in school. He came in, he was high off the lean. And I was doing school online, and I was in the classroom. So he like, turn that stuff off. Like, I'm sleepy. I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm irritated and all this and that. And I'm like, well, go downstairs and go to sleep. Like, I'm in class. Like, what do you mean I'm in class? The whole time I got my microphone muted though. I'm like, I'm in class. What you mean? Go downstairs. Like, no, you go downstairs. I'm not gonna leave. I'm in class. I'm doing work. So he had came, and like, I seen him like coming towards me aggressively. So I shut my computer down, and he had grabbed me by my neck off the bed. He grabbed me by my neck off the bed, and he had took my laptop, and he had took the laptop, and he hit me with it. He hit me like, boom, a couple times in my head with the laptop. I remember seeing blood in my eyes. I remember seeing blood in my eyes. So I'm crying at this point. I'm crying like you done broke my laptop and you done bust my head. Like, no, heck you know. So we was fighting maybe for like 2 hours. I'm out of breath. I got asthma. I can't breathe. So at this point, I'm like, I gotta go to the hospital. I'm feeling lightheaded and everything. So I go to the hospital. He take me to the hospital. The lady had asked me what happened, and before I could say something, he like, she fell and hit her head down the stairs. She was drunk. And I just looked at him. I gave him a look, like, and the lady said, "Oh, sir, I'm talking to her. What happened?" And I was like, "I fell. I was drunk. I had went out with my sisters and them, and I fell down the stairs with some heels on." And the lady was like, "You got to be more careful." But I think the lady knew I was lying or whatever. She was like, "Oh, your head's not busted. You just got a little. It wasn't busted where it needed staples or stitches. It was just like a little gush, like a little mark." So I'm like, okay. So she cleaned it up. They give me a CT scan. She said I had a concussion. So she like, yeah, do you work or stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I work. She was like, okay, I'm gonna give you a letter because you ain't gonna be able to go to work. You need to get some rest and stuff because your head. And then I was like, okay, we get discharged. He take me to the mall. I'm in the mall with a bandage on my head hurting from the lights and everything. So we go to the mall. He like, yeah, get whatever you want. So me being me, I get a bunch of stuff. I got purses, I got shoes, I got clothes and everything. Um, but it's never okay to accept gifts for nobody putting their hands on you. I'm gonna just say that right now. But I accepted the gift. We went home. We had ordered in, and we watched movies. Like after that, we watched movies. We was good. So he had left. Um, and I called my best friend, and I'm like, um, "Can I tell you something?" And she like, "Yeah." So I tell her, and she like, "No, you need to leave him alone. Like you need to leave him alone. Like all that extra stuff. No, you need to leave him alone." And I was like, "But he said he's sorry. He bought me all this stuff. He really sorry." Um, she like, "No, Tay, leave him alone. No, leave him alone. TJ, no, leave him alone." People call me Terry TJ because my name, so you might hear me say that a lot. So she like, that's no, leave him alone. Leave him alone. I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna pack up you and the kids and y'all gonna go. And I'm like, no, it's okay. He's sorry or whatever. He was tired. I'm making excuses for him at this point. Never make excuses because it's not okay. So I'm making excuses for him at this point. I'm like, no, he's sorry. It was my fault because I had the mic on loud. I was in class. I'm making excuses. So my friend like, no, no. So boom, that happened. We cool for a little minute. Then we get into it because some of his pills had came missing. And he said I threw his pills away. And I'm like, why would I touch your pills? Like, I'm not gonna touch your pills. I'm not gonna touch your stuff. So he like, you did touch him. You threw my stuff away. You a hater. You were like, got the disrespect to be calling out my name. And I'm like, you're not gonna be disrespecting me in my house. So he grabbed me and he pushed me down the stairs. He pushed me downstairs. I'll never forget me, like, I just laid there. Like, I laid there on the stairs just crying, like, God, why am I going through this? Like, why am I accepting this? I don't have to accept this. Um, so I'm laying there on the stairs. He done pushed me down the stairs. So I get up. I'm trying to get up off the stairs. I'm lightheaded and everything. My body hurts. I stayed in a townhouse. I had a lot of stairs. So I'm like, I'm getting myself up. He come down the stairs. When he come down the stairs, he had a lamp, and he had took the lamp, and he had shot the lamp at my head. Now, mind you, I already had a gush on my head, like a little mark from when he had hit me with the laptop. So at this point, he threw it at me. He come downstairs, he picked it up, he hit me again in my head. He just hit me in my head. I just remember falling out. I remember waking up in the hospital. I had to get staples. I had staples in the front of my head. I had maybe 7 staples. And I go to the hospital. Go back to the same hospital. Now, a different nurse, but the same doctor was there. And the lady like, dang, you was just here a couple weeks ago. Like, what happened? You was drunk again? And I just looked like, it was like a sad look in my face. And the lady was like, "Are you okay? You want me to call the police?" And I was like, "No, it was my fault. It was my fault. You know, it's my fault. It's my fault." I kept making excuses. Never make excuses, ladies, because it's never your fault. So I kept making excuses for him. Y'all might see me looking around because I'm at the park with my kids, but never make excuses because it's never your fault. So I was making excuses for him. Um, so they gave me my staples. I had to go to work the next day. So the lady was like, you don't have to go to work if you want to. I'm like, yeah, I need to go to work. I need to go to work. So I go to work, and it was like around Halloween time. Now, in the midst of all this, I'm feeling sick and stuff. Like I was sick, I was throwing up. I'm like, Lord, please don't let me be pregnant. Lord, please don't let me be pregnant. But anyway, so I go to work. It's around Halloween time, and my head was, I had the staples. Like I couldn't do nothing to my hair because the staples right there, so I couldn't do my hair or nothing. So I had a hat on, and my director was like, you can't wear hats, or whatever, And I'm like, I need to wear the hats, and she was like, why? And I'm like, can I talk to you? So I tell her what happened. So I'm like, but please don't call the police. Please don't tell nobody. So she like, I'm gonna allow you to wear the hat. So I then go to work, and then I remember her calling me on the pager to her office. So I go to her office. She got the police there, and she was like, tell the police what you told me. And I was like, no, like telling her like, no, I can't. So the police officer asked me what happened to my head. I'm like, I hit my head. And then my boss looked at me with like such disappointment. Like I just remember her looking at me with disappointment. And I, the officer was like, we know you're not telling the truth. Tell us, we can help you. And I'm like, no, I hit my head, steady line. So the officer gave me a slip with a pink slip. It was a domestic violence slip. He said, here's my number. Call us whenever you're ready, but that's not okay. He gonna kill you one day. And I'm like, I hit my head. Nobody did that to me. I hit my head. So um, that happened. Boom. I'm throwing up at work. My boss like, you okay? I'm like, I'm sick. So my boss like, I had a pregnancy test. You think you might be pregnant? And I'm like, I hope I'm not. So I go, I take the test. I was pregnant. So I'm feeling like, dang, I'm pregnant. So boom. So I'm getting off work. He picked me up from work. I tell him like, I'm pregnant. And he was like, oh, I'm happy. Ooh, he was excited. At least I thought he was excited. He was so excited. So the beginning of my pregnancy was cool. As soon as I got like to the middle, that's when it had got horrible. It got worse. Like he was having problems or whatever, and it had got worse. He started calling me fat B word, so I started feeling insecure. It was messing with my self esteem. Um, so he started calling me fat, and then one day we got into it. We was going to the movies. No, we was going out to eat. I'm sorry, we was going out to eat, and he had his cousin in the car, and his cousin was in the car, and like he was just calling me fat B words, like really just like I just had got mad. I just got to snapping. Like, you're not going to be disrespecting me in front of nobody. It's bad enough you disrespect me, but you're not going to do it in front of nobody. So we just got into it. He took my head and he banged it. Mind you, I'm pregnant with his kid. He took my head. He banged it on the little the steering wheel. Banged my head on the steering wheel. He took his gun. He hit me in my head, blood gushing, whatever. Mind you, I still got the staples. He hit me with the gun. I mean, he hit me with the gun. He dragged me out the car. He like, I'm finna kill you. I'm finna kill you. Then get to pulling me out the car to a garage. I'm screaming like, somebody help me. Like, it's daytime. Mind you, it was somebody outside, but they was minding their business. If minding my business with a person, it was that person. Like, I'm pregnant, y'all. So he pulled me out the car, put me to the alley. He get to hitting me with the gun. Boom. My head and stuff started bleeding. I just remember my face swelling up, like, and then I tried to run. He like, get back in the car. Get back in the car, B. Get back in the car, B. So then his cousin like, oh, just let me out. I'm finna get out. Like, just get out. Y'all doing too much. I'm finna get out. So the cousin get out the car. I get back in the car in the passenger seat. I know y'all probably like, why would you get back in the car? I was dumb. I admit that. I get back in the car, my head bleeding, I can feel my eyes blacking, I can feel my face puffing up. So I'm bleeding. He just get the banging his like he got the steering wheel in his hand, and he doing just like this, like shaking it and shaking his head with it, like, "You would hate me. I'm finna just kill myself." He got the putting the gun to his head, like, "I'm finna just kill myself. You finna leave me. I'm sorry. I was mad. You was embarrassing me." So in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, so it's either me or him, and I chose him. Mind you, I'm bleeding. I got black eyes and everything. And I share a picture too, like how I had two black eyes. My face was swollen, bruised up everywhere. I'll show a picture too in the video. But yeah, so I'm like, it's either him or me. So then I chose him over myself. I know, right? I chose him over myself. What was I thinking? I was in love. I had just went through a hard time. My uncle had just died. So I chose him over me. Ladies, don't ever choose nobody over you. Like if they can't respect you, if they feel like they gotta put your hands on you, lead them. Like you don't need that. So I go home and I look in the mirror. I'm gonna try not to cry, y'all. I look in the mirror. My face was so swole, like it was swole. I didn't look like myself. I did not look like myself. My eyes was puffy and black, and I looked a mess. Like I did not look like myself. I was pregnant. My self esteem was gone. Like I was looking for love in the wrong places, and yeah, I'm gonna try not to cry, y'all. I'm trying my best not to cry. So I looked in the mirror. I didn't look like myself. My eyes and everything was puffy. Like I looked a mess, and I couldn't believe that I didn't chose a man over myself. Like I didn't go to the hospital or nothing because I chose to stay with him. My face didn't look the same. I went in the mirror. I looked in the mirror. I cried. I cried. I cried. I was begging God, like, God, why am I going through this? Please help me. Like I'm crying real bad, y'all. Now at this time, I had other kids, but my kids was gone in the summertime. They was gone with my mama, so they ain't really too much witness it. Um, thank God. But okay, so I'm crying, looking in the mirror. I'm like, no, this is not it. I can't do this. I'm pregnant. I'm about to have a baby. I already got other kids. Like, no, I'm not gonna go through this. This is not what I'm doing. So, um, I leave my house. I pack a bag. I leave my house when he sleep. He wake up. He notice I'm gone. He get to calling my phone. He get to texting me, calling me out my name, saying I'm with a dude, and say he's gonna kill me. Like just saying all this stuff. So I was gone at my one of my family member house. Somebody wound up telling him where I was at. He wound up coming there with flowers and stuff. Like, come outside. I promise you, I'm not gonna hit you. My grave not gonna hit you no more. I'm done with that. I was gone maybe for like a week or two. He like, I promise you, I'm done. I got help. I'm done with the drugs and all this and that. I promise it's gonna be better. I wanna be there for you and my baby and all this and that. So then I'm like, okay, I was already tired of being at my family member house. So I just like, okay, you know what? Come on, I'm gonna just go home. So I get my stuff. I go home. So I get my stuff, and okay. So the police officer like, it's gonna be your body. We picking up next time you need to leave. You need to leave. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna like this it for me. My eye was all black and stuff. So I called my brother. My brother who's deceased now. I call my brother and I tell my brother like, what had happened, and I was telling him everything that was going on. And hold on to that. So I tell my brother everything that go on. So I didn't tell him like, okay, I'm finna get my kids and I'm finna drive to Atlanta. So I get my kids and I drive to Atlanta. And I was in Atlanta for maybe like a month or two. My brother got to meet my youngest kids. And I was gone. So the DA kept calling me like, yeah, we need you to come to court or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm coming because I'm done this time. Like, I'm really done. Um, and I just thought about it like this. Um, it was either me or him. Like, he go to jail or I keep being his punching bag. And I got kids and I didn't want my kids to think that was okay. And I was just tired of being his punching bag. Like I was disrespected, I was cheated on, I was hit, kicked, spit on. Like nobody deserved to go through this. And it's like I'm missing out on a lot of stuff that actually took prior, but I'm just telling y'all like the main stuff. But so yeah, after that I left. Once the officer told me that, like it clicked in my head. I had a friend who had just died too. Her son father had shot her, and so I'm like I don't want to be a victim of that. I need to stay on this earth as long as I can to raise my kids. I don't want my kids to think that's okay. So yeah, I had left. It was years before I left, but I left. If you going through it, it's not your fault. It's okay to talk about it and it's okay to leave. Because if he loved you, he wouldn't hit you. And I had to tell myself that, like, this is not love. Like, I thought about going back so many times, like, because I was just like, I wanted to go back. Like, I wanted that person, but that person, I was looking for love, is what I'm going to say. I was looking for love in the wrong reasons, in the wrong places, and that was not okay. Um, how he treated me was not okay. How he abused me was not okay. How he just all that, it was not okay. And I'm happy I left. Like I'm a damaged person, but like with counseling, support from your family, your kids, all that, you'll get through it. You just gotta leave. Like the hardest part is leaving and staying gone, cause they gonna buy you stuff. They gonna call you and text you. They gonna want you to stay. Don't no, don't stay. Don't go back. Leave, because it's been so many women dying because they didn't leave, and you can get hit the wrong way and all that. Like it's not okay. But yeah, I just want to give y'all a little insight on what I went through with domestic violence and why I left. I had chose me that last time. That was it for me. I chose me. So yeah, I hope this touched a lot of y'all. If y'all going through it, to leave. A lot of resources for people who going through domestic violence, who don't got support, who don't got family, or who don't got a place to go, so they don't leave. It's shelters you can go to. It's a number you can call. Like it's places that will help you move to get away.